Still that one, still that girl, still that chic, yeah. Still that boss making moves, getting rich, yeah. Crown on my...
Hey y'all, what's good, what's good, what's good? I hope you guys are doing well and taking care of yourselves and all of that good stuff and whatever and what's not. This is your girl Sweet Tea, and I have your messages for you guys for the day. But first, as always, we are going to welcome Spirit in, and then we'll get into the messages. Holy Spirit, appear to my white light of the Most High God. I call you into this message. I ask that you grant me the ability to deliver clear and concise messages to the listener as you see fit. We thank you for all that you are, all that you have been, and all that you will continue to be. Amen. Ashe. Okay, y'all. So, there could be something significant about crows. You could have just recently seen one or more crows, or you could have, maybe a spirit animal is crows, or just you resonate with crows in some way, shape or form. There could be just something significant about how crows function specifically as it relates to something that you're experiencing or that you will be soon experiencing, okay? So look into those things if you are not familiar to see how it may resonate with you, all right? Also look it up, as a spirit animal or a spirit totem and see what, information spirit has for you to be guided to, okay? You could be seeing 111 at this time as well, or you could have seen 111 recently or will be seeing 111. That could just signify that there's something in this message possibly for you as well, all right? There also could be something significant about cracks or crack, okay? Whether this is like you're finding out about a loved one that has some type of issue with crack, or that there's some cracks within a foundation. Like you could have a connection and you're coming to the knowledge that there's issues. There's not, you were not within a solid connection. There's cracks in it. This could even be just like you got cracks in your ceiling or your wall or out on your sidewalk, or it could symbolize many different things. Okay, so you have to take what it is for you. Now, also, back to the crow thing, I'm getting Russell Crowe with that. So there could be something significant about Russell Crowe. Maybe you just watched a movie that Russell Crowe was in, or he's a significant actor to you in some way, shape, or form. Someone's name could be Russell as well. Now, there's something about someone having a really hard time processing like their worth and their value. It's something about like, it's not that they don't know their worth or their value. It's the fact that like, let me see how to help me express the spirit. It's like this person could have dealt with being rejected a lot, or being ignored, or being in low vibrational connections. Maybe they've dealt with people in their life where they did not speak life into them, where they continuously put this individual down, or made them feel less than, or made them second guess themselves or doubt themselves, or made them feel unworthy, or it's just something to that extent, which makes this person continuously question themselves and their value, even though I feel as though this person does know that they're valuable. They know that they're not a bum. They know that they're not, just a waste of creation. Like they know that they're a good person, or that they may have a good heart, or that they're caring or loving or lovable. Like they know within their spirit, right, within their soul, or just, it's like they know who they are to an extent, but it's like also, what you call that, like not conundrum, oh my gosh, I can't think of the word. It's a C word though. But basically it's like they know, but at the same time they don't know. And by me saying that, I say this in the way of, they know, right? They know who they are because they know what they put out. They know what they want to feel and what they feel like they should receive. And yet this person still puts themselves in a space of settling, or like just accepting things that they know deep down that they shouldn't accept. Or let's see, it's giving like self-esteem, you know, like it's like I don't feel like the person has a low self-esteem, at least like outwardly. Like if you're someone, just you see them, you don't really get the impression that they have a low self-esteem. Like no, they probably appear to be quite confident, or like they know what they're doing. And granted, I do feel there's an energy where that is very valid, but there's just, due to certain circumstances and experiences that this person has had, it just makes them feel as though they have to settle, or that like they're comfortable with accepting certain things. This could even be like this person just feeling like okay, because I'm getting something along the lines of like, okay, say this person dated like a bunch of just crappy people, right, in their past. People that, you know, talked down on them, told them they wasn't nothing, told them they were ugly, told them wasn't nobody love them, you know, all that crazy narcissistic low vibrational crap, right? And to an extent, this person began to believe that, even though deep down they knew those things weren't true. But then it's like, this person could have possibly, you know, realized that those connections were bad connections, could have left those connections. And it's taking me back to, I spoke in another message as well, it was a minute ago, about someone having a hard time with being alone. Like they could be a serial dater, or like a serial relationship person. It's like they don't grant themselves the time and opportunity to heal from one connection because they're immediately jumping right into another connection. This could be someone who feels like they don't have value. Like they could feel like they're valuable. They could feel like, you know, they have a lot to offer. But it's like, this is a person who they don't, I don't, it's something about they just desire so badly to be with someone. They desire so badly to be a husband. They desire so badly to be a wife. They desire so badly to be in a connection. This also could be someone who they don't feel stable without having a partner. So this could be someone who seeks out to always be in a connection because that's how they make sure they pay their bills, or that's how they make sure they have a roof over their head. Now, I'm not getting like bummy energy, like what they call them people that hop from relationship just to have housing. Oh my gosh, what they call them? Oh my gosh, I can't even remember it because it was a whole joke about it. But y'all know what I'm talking about. But, you know, because, I mean, like I said, I'm not getting a bummy energy. I do feel this is someone who's able and capable to do for themselves. You know, like they could work, they could take care of their business, but it's still just something about they personally feel that they can't be successful without having, you know, a partner. They also don't feel like as valuable as just with themselves. Like it's like example, this could be a lady who just feels like she always has to have a boyfriend or a husband, and just jump from boyfriend, you know, to husband, from boyfriend to husband. As soon as one connection's over, they already, you know, headed into the next one. Like they don't take time to process everything, process the lesson, heal themselves, try to work on their accountability within the connection. They just point the finger at Other persons say they did this, they did that, they did this. Don't take a moment to say, okay, how was this a lesson for me? How did this help me? What can I take from it? And, sit with themselves and be to themselves and process these things and just work on bettering themselves, work on figuring out how to do things independently. So this person could possibly be a dependent person. Okay. But like I said, I'm not getting a energy of, I'm not getting an energy of bum at all. It's just something about this person doesn't feel as though they can do certain things themselves. They feel like they need support. They feel like they need a partner. I don't know. It's something about that. Anyways, moving forward. Whatever this energy is, this person could be someone who is very critical of other people. Like they're always kind of joking about people who don't have someone, which is funny to me personally, because it's like, what a lot of people don't comprehend is that the people who are okay with being single are quite, like, not only independent, but very strong-minded, very disciplined, very much self-aware. It takes a lot for you to be confident in knowing that it's okay to be to yourself, knowing that it's okay to heal and take time to be accountable and do the self-reflecting and self-work so that you can be better in your next connection. It also takes a lot of, like I say, knowingness to know that you continuously sharing your temple with multiple different individuals is really more so of a hindrance than it is a come up. But you have people who are energy vampires, so this person could possibly be an energy vampire. Whoever is resonating with this, this could be someone that is like within your energetic field, whether this is, because it's taking me back to what I was about to speak to and I didn't fully speak to it. But so you could be someone who's single, or it's just something about this person. They do not operate on the same frequency as someone who has the ability of being to themselves and actually fully knowing themselves. Like I said, I don't feel there's a thing where this person doesn't like have an appreciation for themselves, but they could be someone who, because of the fact that they know that they sit back and joke about people who don't have other partners, like they could be someone who, just because, say they have a friend that, this friend has been in different relationships. They saw that they weren't successful. They saw that they needed to do work. They realized that, the dating field is a mess. They realize that there's a specific something that they seek, and they're okay with sitting back and waiting for that to, come about. In divine timing or whatever. You could be someone who just, you trust in, divine timing. You trust in source, and you trust in your spirit team in leading the right person your way. So you don't make a big deal about, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm not in a relationship. Like you could be someone who you don't really feel feelings of loneliness, but this person assumes that you do. They could assume, oh yeah, they're lonely, they're miserable, they're unhappy, that has to be terrible. Like, oh my gosh, like nobody must like them, or it's something wrong with them because they don't have someone. And it's so funny, because that goes to show you where their mentality is for them to even think like that, right? Because a lot of the times it's actually the opposite. But I ain't gonna speak too much on that. I'm gonna let that be. So it could be something about the fact that this person has ridiculed you so much that they don't want to basically be alone, because then they'll feel like everything that they said was hypocritical, which it was, but they don't really want that to be known. They don't want that to be shown. They don't want to be put in that box because they put people in that box. When in reality, they don't recognize the fact that there is no box. Everybody's situation is going to be different. Everybody processes things different. Everybody's on different frequencies. Everybody's way of dating is different. Everybody's standards are different. And you could be someone who has you could be considered to be someone who has high standards, or you could be picky. This could be someone who may has even said something to you along the lines of, oh, well, maybe you shouldn't, what's how I want to say it, basically telling you that you shouldn't expect so much from certain people. Like, they could really feel like, oh yeah, you just expect for everybody to have this and that and this and that, and you could just be someone who, it's not that you're super, oh my gosh, you gotta have all this and that. You just literally could just want somebody who's on your level mentally, or you just don't want unrequited connections. I just really get that energy with whoever you are. You just don't want unrequited connections. You're someone who you would prefer, if you got a job, you would prefer someone who has a job. If you got your own place, you would prefer someone who has their own place. If you got your own car, you would prefer someone who has their own car. If you're into stocks and investing, or real estate or something like that, you would prefer someone who's possibly, if they're not already into those things, that at least have some type of knowledge about it, or that you can sit and talk with about this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's just something about that with this energy that it's like you just want to be able to relate to someone. You just want to be able to build with someone. You don't want to have to be someone's crutch, but you also could even be someone who you're taking the time to work on yourself personally. Like, maybe right now your credit's not where you want it to be, and so you're like, okay, well, I don't really need to be worried about trying to date when I gotta focus on getting my finances together. Because what good is that gonna do for you in a connection when, if you guys are trying to build, you can't build with the person because you ain't got, your ducks in a row. There could also be something significant about ducks. Someone could have a nickname they're called Duck. Something like that. Or Ducky, or I don't know, something like that. There's also something about the northeast side, or something about a pyramid, something about a triangle, something about a Christmas tree as well. Yeah. It's like I'm getting this energy of someone who keeps tolerating any and everything from different partners, or even one specific partner, just because they don't want to. It could be embarrassment. They don't want to be embarrassed of a failed relationship or a failed marriage. So they just keep sticking in this marriage, and they're not happy. They're very miserable. They could even possibly be depressed. But it's like every time they factor in, okay, if I leave this person, the kids are going to be affected, or my finances are going to be affected. I won't have help paying these bills, so it's going to be all on me, or, things like that. Instead of truly believing it and trusting in whatever God or source, the universe, their spirit team is actually trying to do for them in this process. It's, long story short, is they're going to stay stuck in this unhappy cycle, while at the same time simultaneously judging you, who's actually working on making sure that you're not in that cycle anymore. You could have already left, say this was you at one point in time, and now you're like, I'm not dealing with that anymore. I wouldn't dare. And you've broken that cycle, right? You're now trying to work on new cycles. You're now letting God bring you new good things, right? And maybe, yes, it just hasn't shown up yet. For some of you, it could have just recently shown up. So you could be in a new connection and you're just getting a feel for that and how that's going to work for you and adjusting and things like that. But it's like, I don't know. I really just get this energy. One, this person is too concerned about like everything outside of themselves. They're more concerned about how it looks to people. They're more concerned about how it doesn't look to people. They're more concerned about how other people feel versus truly how they feel. They're too concerned about judging someone else outside of themselves instead of sitting back and judging themselves to say, am I settling or am I unhappy? And just like I said, overall, just truly having faith and knowing that it's okay to release things and allow time to heal and allow source and spirit to welcome in new things for you and good things for you, right? Instead of having to be unhappy and miserable and depressed just simply to say that you have someone, or just simply to upkeep this image, or just simply to upkeep certain bills. That if you don't trust that you can leave something, especially if this person's getting signs that they should be leaving something, and you're not trusting, your guides and God to cover you through whatever the transition is, then you're already at a disservice to yourself. You're not helping yourself. You're going to keep yourself hurt, stuck, unhappy, miserable. But yeah, y'all, I don't know. I'm going to let this energy ride. I'm about to clear my energy because, it's actually really unfortunate. It's actually really sad. More so just because it's like this person really doesn't have place to try to shame you or try to make you feel less than. You could be someone who's really confident too, or even just come off as confident. It may not even be that you're just super confident. You could be someone who, you could even have less than this person, and that's all the more why they're pretty much bothered and pretty much feel the need to speak on you, because you seem to be still content or happy or at peace or just, like I say, confident. And this person, they can't process that. They can't comprehend that. They're like, wait, so how you got peace and how are you happy but you don't have anybody? Or I know you got to be lonely, so how are you so confident? It just shows you where this person's mentality is. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, so I'm gonna just move forward into ending this message for you guys. So like I say, y'all, whether this is someone close to you or even if it's you, just continue to do the work. Continue to do the work, and just know that just because you separate yourself from a connection and you have to do the work within yourself, and just know that it's okay to take time for yourself. It doesn't make you a crappy person. It just makes you a person who's learning. It makes you a person who's trusting God and to bring in the things that actually make you happy, to provide for you in ways that only you will allow to be shown to you by trusting in having that faith, right? Because if you don't stand within your faith fully, you'll never be able to actually see how God can work for you, because you're too focused on the tangible. You're too focused on the 3D, that you're not allowing God's source spirit to show up for you in a way that's more so miraculous than anything else. You have to tap into who you are and know that you have value outside of anybody else. You yourself, you are whole. But you got to know that. You got to trust within that. You have to feel that. Nobody else can feel that for you. It's like, because nobody outside of you makes you greater. People can come in and assist you on your journey. People can come in and lend you a hand, helping hand. People can assist you and enhance your life in certain ways, yes. But that generally takes a team effort, right? Because here's the thing. If someone came in and handed you a large lump sum of money, and this was their way of being a helping hand. This was their way of assisting you, right? But you get that money and you take it and you just blow it. Now you're right back to square one. Whereas, did it really matter? Because the thing is it all comes back to you, the person, how you decided to spend the funds, how you decided to not invest the funds, how you decided to not make certain changes or execute on certain things to make that multiply, right? So like I say, it's still ultimately about you at the beginning and the end of the day. So it's you that has to know who you are. It's you that has to make the certain choices to better yourself. Nobody outside of yourself is going to be able to do those things for you without without you granting it, without you executing on other things. So like I say, even if you get in a connection, or if you're in a marriage or something, and you have this partner to help you with your finances or whatever, it's like, well, say they help and pay all the bills, but if you still taking all your money and you blowing it on BS, then you still gonna have that same situation, whether they're there or not. Which then also even leads to more issues of possible separation or just a bunch of fights in the connection, because now this person's looking at you like, okay, I'm confused on how I'm paying all the bills, but you're still without money. Where are you putting the money? What are you doing with the money? Someone could have like a retail therapy type situation going on. So someone could be in a connection where every time you guys have a fallout or they have a fallout, they go and shop, to make themselves feel better. So, and trust me, like I'm sure a lot of us get that. Okay. But you have to know that's also an addiction, right? That's no different than going and drinking, going and getting high. Now this is making me go back to, remember I spoke to initially in the beginning of this message, something about crack. Someone could have a situation where anytime they get to having issues or fallouts with their partner, they go smoke some crack, or they snort something, or it could be something that's low vibrational. I'm gonna just say that, even if it's just going and getting drunk. So that's also very unhealthy. But when I say that, I'm speaking from, yes, obviously it's unhealthy for your body, but I'm just saying unhealthy for that connection, because all it's doing is keeping you in the cycle. You get what I'm saying? It's keeping you in that same cycle, because more than likely, if it's a habit or something that this person dislikes, then y'all both gonna be continuously arguing about, oh, see, here you go again, now you done went out and got high, or oh, see, here you go again, now you done went and got drunk, or oh, here you go again, now you done went shopping again and bought all this BS, or see, you're spending more money. What are you doing with all the money? This is where your money's going. You're spending all this money. Every time I look up, there's an Amazon box outside. You know what I'm saying? It could be something along the lines of that. So, like I say, it's an ongoing cycle that there's no healing in it. There's no advancement in it. This person's partner could even begin to feel these feelings where now they just don't even want to deal with the person anymore. Now they're getting to the point of being okay with not being in the connection anymore, because they're seeing how it's more of a liability to them than an asset. Okay, this could even be something that's just within one person's dealings of themselves. They're sitting with themselves and they're acknowledging that certain habits are a cycle that they need to let go of, because it is more of a liability to them than something that's advancing them. Okay, so y'all just have to take the energy as it is for yourself. Okay, obviously bits and pieces of the message could apply to you, if not the full message. So take what's yours and don't force anything, right? Receive it to be yours if it is. All right, so if it's yours, receive it to be so. If it does not flow, let it go. But yes, I'm going to end the message here. Go ahead and hit the like button if you resonate with this in any way. Share it to someone who may resonate with it, as hopes that it will assist them on their journey of just bettering oneself and just of elevation, right? Of loving yourself and knowing who you are fully in your core, because if Christ resides within you, or whatever you resonate with, then that you are. So you don't need anybody else to make you whole, but yeah, and hit subscribe if you have not already. But yeah, I hope this message was helpful for you guys, and I will holler at y'all later. Okay, all right, see ya, love ya.
Still that one, still that girl, still that chic, yeah. Still that boss, making moves, getting rich, yeah. Crown on my head, ain't nobody finna snatch it. All these dreams in my bag, watch me catch it. Oh yeah. Snakes in the grass, I hit a hit stall. Money in my pocket, never miss, y'all. Walking